Alright guys, how's it going? Long time no see, I know. I've been wanting to make a video. I've been itching to make a video. I've been wanting to smack talk with some motherfucker for a long time. And I just never got around to it, didn't have the time, didn't have the energy. Well now, last night has done pushed me over the top. I've hit my breaking point. I can't listen to the disrespect anymore. I can't listen to the crazy talk anymore. Y'all know who you are. Y'all know what you said. Y'all that were there know. Last night was it. Tipping point for David. We have been overlooked and overshadowed this entire offseason. And fine, let it be that way. My voice isn't going to change anything. I'm just a biased Oregon fan that thinks we're going to win the Pac-12. We're definitely winning the North. I'll tell you that. I'll put money that we win the North. We might not win the Pac-12. Somebody might get us in the championship game. I could see that happening. USC, a pumped up Arizona State team. I don't know. Crazier things have happened. So I'm not going to go as far as to say win the Pac-12 just yet. But we're definitely winning the North. Definitely going to win the North. I would put money on that. Because here's why. Number one, Washington hasn't been there, hasn't done that in a long time. They don't know how to win yet. Maybe in a few years. Maybe we could talk about Washington as a contender. But you gotta walk before you can run. And they've been crawling in that cellar for a long time. A long time. It's about to be 13 years straight. Little cellar dwellers down there. Gotta walk before you can run. Just saying. Stanford. Good team. Went to a Rose Bowl last year. Won it. Didn't beat us though. You had all the things lined out for you. You were rolling. In fact, you were rolling so damn good, you put over 400 yards in 11 out of 13 games after the Northwestern game. Guess what? We shut you and Christian McCaffrey down at home. We beat you at home. You had everything going for you. It was your last real big hurdle before the playoffs. You were rolling into the playoffs. People were loving you. People were jerking off Christian McCaffrey faster than they could say his name. And we shut you down at home. Nobody wants to acknowledge that. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that a team with, statistically, its worst defense ever shut down Christian McCaffrey and the Rose Bowl champion Stanford Cardinal at home. But nobody wants to talk about that. They want to talk about TCU with a backup center and a backup quarterback. They want to talk about Wazoo, double overtime with a Jeff Locke inept backup quarterback, doesn't know his oboe from an elbow. Everybody wants to talk about those, but they don't want to talk about the big wins. They don't want to talk about a drubbing of USC. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about the slugfest in the desert with Arizona State, where we gutted one out and took one from them at home. Well, on the road, I guess. But nobody wants to talk about those. And here's what's crazy, is if we didn't fine, I'll give you the Utah loss. I'll give you the fucking Michigan State loss. Fine. I'll give you those. But if Vernon Adams doesn't get hurt against Washington State, or if he plays against Washington State, we beat them and we go to the Rose Bowl. And we drub Iowa. Then no one's talking about Washington. No one's talking about Stanford. Do you know why? Because we're replacing a quarterback. Stanford is replacing a quarterback. The difference being our quarterback, not a JUCO transfer, graduate transfer. There's sophomore. Sophomore quarterback, hasn't really played much. Don't know if he can handle the hype. Ours has game experience. But that didn't happen. So here's my whole thing. The exact same team is coming back whether we win the Rose Bowl or we don't, or we lose to TCU. The exact same team. But one game makes all the difference. Hell, even if we don't win the Rose Bowl, fine. Even if we don't win the Rose Bowl, just beat Washington State, win the Pac-12 and go to the Rose Bowl, fine. Leave it at that. The exact same team's coming back no matter what. Yet the difference being now is we went to a New Year's Six bowl, so people were more like, they got some pieces. They're gonna probably win the Pac-12 again. But since we went to the Alamo Bowl and lost, it didn't help that we lost. Fine, TC, you can have that win. Cool, I'll give it to you. Now it's a pandemic. There's something wrong with Oregon. I'm telling you. I promise you, we're gonna win the North. Book it. We're winning the North. Probably winning the Pac-12. Now, I'm not saying we're going undefeated. I never said we're going undefeated. We're gonna get tripped up somewhere. We always do. Lots of people do. We're gonna get tripped up somewhere. I could see USC on the road. I could see Stanford on the road, or Utah on the road. Hell, I could see Arizona State at home taking one from us when we're not paying attention. But third best in the North? Okay. Just keep thinking that. I promise you. You want to make some money? Bet Oregon to win the North, because nobody is. Nobody is. Money's on Stanford or Washington. Don't ask me why. Because we've only beaten Stanford 2 years in a row when they were like gods of football, apparently. And we've only beaten Washington 12 straight years. And we have both those teams at home this year, so that's not going to make a big difference at all. 2 big road games for us, USC, Utah. Happen late in the year. Plenty of time to get everybody gelled. Plenty of time. Yeah, the Civil War's on the road. It's 45 minutes up the highway. We'll be there. Well, in fact, what do you want to bet money? There's more Duck fans there than Beaver fans. Because the Beavers will be like fucking 5-6 at this point. Maybe even 4-7. So I would almost bet that there's more Duck fans there than Beaver fans. But that's just me making crazy assumptions, because that's never happened before. Okay. Go Ducks.